You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. Hello and welcome back to the episode of That Home Loan Hub. Hey Kunch!
Kia ora, how are you?
Wonderful! Hey Kunch, interesting. You know how we scroll sometimes on Facebook and we see things?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one particular page and a lot of comments that triggered my attention.
Triggered both of our attention, actually.
Yeah, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah, so bank versus advisors.
Yeah, it's interesting because in the past, brokers, advisors were seen as the ones that would provide you with the better rate and faster turnarounds, and you would go to them. But now it seems to be the banks are fighting back for that business.
Correct. So they've turned it around. And what they're doing is they've been able to service their customers and turn it around in 24 hours.
Versus we have to wait
10 plus days. My days.
Yeah, it's interesting because we deal a lot with self-employed clients, right? And sometimes it goes to a different department, small business, medium business, etc.
Yeah.
And they take even 20 working days. And it makes us look incompetent.
It does. And it's a little bit frustrating as well with the timeline because me speaking from someone who's just recently come from the bank as well, I do know how an application is processed on the other side. So the 10 days is a bit frustrating, but I do understand that the demand in the bank, in the broker world, advisor world, is actually gaining traction, or it's a lot busier, which is good because it's showing that people are still utilizing the advisor channel. It's just that the banks don't have the manpower there in the advisor channel to service the demand that the advisors are feeding in.
Yeah. So there was a particular case, and I want to just unwrap that case a little bit. And there was this case of a woman writing saying that her and her brother own townhouses in the same complex. Brother went direct to the bank and got a turnaround answer within, I think, a day. And then she went to a mortgage advisor and got turned around within 10 days.
Correct.
And they got exactly the same rates, exactly the same cashback. The difference was she had to wait 10 days. Brother didn't have to wait that long. So she was asking, and I mean, that's a fair enough question.
Absolutely. Yes.
Why did she have to wait 10 days for exactly the same outcome? What are your views on this before I start spilling out mine?
Well, my view on that is the bank would capture your information and things like that quite quickly, bang, 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 approve. They send you the approval. Whereas the advisors do take a little bit of time and more care and sit down with you and understand your personal situation, circumstances, and then they're able to actually tailor the approval to suit the client. So it could be a lot of different options as well because we're not just dealing with the main one bank, we're dealing with a couple more banks as well. So my thoughts on that is you get more option with working with an advisor. Yeah, the timeline is a lot longer, but the benefits of an advisor is you get the option of being able to select, and we've seen that as well. Clients have had, 3 options. More than 3 options, so they can choose which one best suits them.
Yeah. And just to give an example back for that is recently we had a client come to us. He already had an approval from the bank, but what he found was the lack of help and lack of assistance. He's a first-home buyer. He doesn't know what he's doing. And even though he got an approval from the bank straight away, same day, he chose to come to us because he needed that help. He needed that guidance. Yeah. And it's not just for one property. Eventually, in 5 years' time, he would want to buy another house. Yeah. And guess who'll be there? Us, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because with the bank, and I mean, you worked at the bank, I worked in the bank, the turnover of staff is quite big
huge
and fast, right?
Yeah.
People change their roles all the time. They get promoted, they go on maternity leave, etc., etc. Here, I mean, I've been in the same role
pregnant and all.
Pregnant, giving birth, there was no maternity leave. I still worked through it. My people had me as their advisor through the last 7 years. And even though my team has grown, introducing you and a few other team members on the blog, the buck ends with me.
Yeah.
They still have me at the end of the line.
Yeah.
And I think that's important for people to realize that, look, if you're just transactional, come in, get your approvals through the bank, settle on that property, and then if you're out of the country forever, if you don't want to deal with properties in New Zealand, cool. Maybe the bank is the better option for you. But if you are looking at a bigger picture, if you want to build your property portfolio, if you want to learn how to get on a ladder, then I think this is where the advice matters. And right now, the reason I'm so passionate about it, because on the other side of the coin, I'm in the chat groups with the advisors across New Zealand, right? Yeah. And I'm on the Financial Advice New Zealand team. I can see it's a frustration across all of the advisors in New Zealand right now. Because at the end of the day, we're in this profession because we want to help people.
Exactly. It's a relationship as well that you build of your community. So it's actually your community that you're helping grow. Like, I've seen just in my short time here with you that you've helped, almost the whole kindergarten sort of thing, almost the whole school. So it's actually amazing to see like advisors are there to help the community grow. Advisors are working for you as well, which I really like, as opposed to the bank, sees it transactional, you're another number, let's go, next client sort
one
of thing.
One product, one solution type
Correct.
of thing, right?
Yeah.
And it just frustrates me that right now we've got this, we have to prove ourselves to our clients why they should come with us, even if delay is so long.
Yeah.
And it just makes us look incompetent.
Yeah.
And we hate it because we had to study day and night to get our certificate.
We'll talk about that's another episode.
We don't talk about Bruno. We still have to study. We still have to keep up all of our accreditations. We have to keep up accreditation across all the major banks that we accredited with.
Yeah.
So when you're in a bank, like I remember, when I was in my Black and Yellow bank, it was just you do their modules, you learn about their product, and that's it. It's all about just one bank, one module.
Yeah.
Here, I have to constantly upkeep my learning across all the different banks.
Yeah.
Every month, there is a different quiz. There is a different assignment I have to do for various banks. So it just frustrates me and my advisor community that we cannot show that on a face to the clients.
Because it's all about time.
Yeah.
And clients only just see the time that is put in or the time delay. They don't see what's in the behind the scenes of what you actually need to put in the advisor role.
Yeah. And I mean, just another example as well, like we've got a client at the moment, they're approved, they're about to settle in June, but we know this other bank is offering fantastic rate for the first-time buyers. And I said to my client, look, there's a better rate if you want, if you don't can be bothered yourself again collecting all the information for me, we can go for a better rate, saving you thousands of dollars. And this is something the banker will not provide you with.
No, and they don't have access to that rate. Yeah, and we do.
Yeah. And I think, and again, that comes back to that difference between, okay, cool, there's a time delay, but hey, on the other hand, you get this advisor that knows their stuff, that spend hours learning about these things and able to take your hand through and then answer your calls on the weekends,
After hours, weekends. Yeah. It's like a 24/7 coggle that keeps churning.
Because a lot of our clients get excited on a Sunday. They go to an open home and they get excited and they're like, oh, I've seen this house. What do you think about this? And I mean, if they email to the banker will reply only on a Monday after 10 o'clock, after they've had their morning brief and a morning tea and a morning quiz, maybe.
Yeah.
We are go, 24/7, right? So I think that's the difference. And I mean, even this weekend, I think I sat down on a Saturday night and I replied to a few emails. And then even on a Sunday, on a Mother's Day, I sat down and I replied to a few text messages and emails. And that's the difference that you get when you approach a mortgage advisor versus direct to the bank.
Yeah.
And he ends my rant.
Ends your rant. Good rant there.
Awesome. Thank you for coming along, Kunj.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot. So, did you know that this Thursday I'm running a free webinar for the first-time buyers?
Yes.
And we're going to address these issues as well. And we're going to teach you all the tips and tricks that you can use to get yourself in a position to buy your first home.
Amazing. Make sure you click on that webinar.
So comment and say webinar and we'll send you the link direct to register. And that's a wrap on that Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.